spanning just shy of 4,000 feet high, and if you were to walk from the tip of the peak to the valley floor, it would clock in at around a 3-kilometer long journey. And Mount Robson is actually so tall that it actually produces its own weather system at the top, and also why on average the top peak is only clear 25 days a year. Now, sadly, today is just not one of those days. And Mount Robson is also the splitting point where Grand Trunk Pacific and Canadian National would lay track from Winnipeg west all the way over to here, but Grand Trunk would then split here heading north for Prince Rupert from Mount Robson, and the Canadian Northern would split heading south towards Valemont and Kamloops en route to Vancouver, which is the actual route that we were on. So technically we were following the old Canadian Northern route, and hopefully it becomes very obvious to you why Grand Trunk Pacific President Charles Melville Hayes wanted to construct the Chateau Mount Robson here at the base of the mountain, which would be one of his 8 grand railway hotels that he had planned across Canada, of those including today's Chateau Laurier in Ottawa, the Fort Garry in Winnipeg, and the Hotel Macdonald in Edmonton, being the only 3 Grand Trunk Pacific hotels that he would complete. And if you've ever been to any of them, it's safe to say that I can only imagine how luxurious and grand the Chateau Mount Robson would have been if they'd ever brought into life here at the base of the Robson Valley. And don't worry, I'll cover the Chateau Mount Robson and all the Grand Trunk Pacific Railway hotels that never came to life in the next episode at the Jasper Park Lodge. After we pass Mount Robson, that pretty much marks the official passing of the Continental Divide, which is the point in the Rockies where any water west flows to the Pacific and anything east flows to the Atlantic. And after that, we would hug Moose Lake, waiting for a few freight trains to pass, as well as our sister train, the #1 westbound Canadian. Hopefully everybody has a great time when they get to Vancouver tomorrow morning. And this also marks the end of BC and the start of our next province, Alberta.